Next is fixed pricing plus bonuses. So at fixed pricing plus bonuses, ito na yan. Fixed pricing, okay? Fixed pricing with outcome or tier-based bonuses. Pakita ko sa inyo kung anong ibig ko sabihin yan. Okay, so ito. So this is an actual proposal, by the way. And so, kung makikita nyo guys yung option 2, okay, option 2, 1,500 initial setup fee, yan yung fixed, plus 500 per month. Yan, plus 10%. Yung 10% doon is yung commissions. Okay, yung 10% doon is yung commissions. Sabi ni Alex, anong service to? I think it's ads, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. That's an example number 1. So fixed, diba? Fixed price plus bonuses. So this time it's a commission. Here's another one. Fixed price plus metric outcome. Okay, so fixed price 800, but lead gen ka, you're being paid 800 for doing your job, plus $50 for every lead na mako-close. Yan. So halimbawa, lead generation ka, tas close, whatever, like yun yung job mo. So babayaran ka ng fixed price, tapos plus the metric, di ba? Guys, do you guys still remember kanina yung metric? Di ba? Meron pa yung metric pricing per metric. Ngayon, pwede mo siya i-combine with fixed price. Para hindi ka naman lugi. Okay? Here's another example. Ayan. So, tulad kanina, di ba? Meron tayong tiered. Ngayon, pwede mo siyang i-combine din with fixed pricing. About 800 plus 500 if ito yung condition. Or 800 plus 600 kapag ganito. 800 plus 700 kapag ganito. Kumbaga, tinitiered mo rin yung bonuses depending kung na-meet yung certain condition. Halimbawa, $800 plus 500 if we get 3,000 new subscribers. Or 800 plus 600 if we get 10,000 new followers. 800 plus 700 if we get 12,000 new followers. So, habang tumataas yung conditions being met, tumataas din yung tier bonuses mo. Okay. Yan, sabi ni Cham, paano chief makukuha percentage ng commission? Meron po bang sinusunod na percentage? Wala naman Cham. Ito lang yung sa akin, okay? Ito lang yung sa akin. Ito guys, it depende sa inyo kung gusto nyo i-follow. But ako kasi, especially for the work I do, it's only worth my time. Halimbawa, tinanong kita, usually ilan ba yung, kasi dati naglo-launch ako, doon ako humihingi ng commissions talaga. So, pag nag-launch ako, tinulungan kita mag-launch, pag 6 figures lang yung income mo, mag-charge ako ng 20% commissions. Kasi, it doesn't make sense for me to do the entire launch, tapos ang makukuha ko, di ba? Ang makukuha ko less than 10,000 or less than 5,000, it doesn't make sense. Kasi ilang buwan ko rin gagawin yun. Di ba? Ilang buwan kong paghihirapan yun. Now, pag mid six figures, sabi natin mga 500k, ganun. Binababaan ko siya to 5%. Okay? 5%. Kasi, sobrang laki na pag nag-charge pa ako ng 20%, di ba? Kailangan naman bigyan nila ako ng 100k. Pag 7 figures, usually 2 to 3%. Kasi sobrang laki na ng 7 figures kapag ganun talaga yung revenue. So, inaayon ko din yung sinacharge kong commission based sa kung gaano kalaki yung business. Kasi hindi lang naman ako yung reason kung bakit nakuha nila yung revenue na yun. Maraming nag-work doon. May designer, may may mga closers, may everything. So, hindi ko pwedeng akuin lahat ng yun. Okay? Sabi ni Sai, dapat i-base sa income nila. Oo naman. Halimbawa, e-com. Di ba, e-com? Yung iba sa inyo, nakikita ko sa proposal, which is yung mali, is that you're gonna charge 10% revenue. Ganun. Ang problema, yung 10% na yun na yung profit yun na yung buong profit nung sa e-com eh. Di ba? Halimbawa, yung COGS niya, yung cost, suklay, nagbenta siya ng suklay, 100,000 kinita niya. Pero magkano ba yung puhunan niya para gawin yung mga suklay na yun? 50,000. Tapos nag-market siya sa Facebook, nag-Facebook ad siya. Magkano ginastos niya? 30,000 para kumita ng 100,000. So 20,000 na lang natitira. Kukunin mo pa yung 10,000. Siya pa bahala sa tax. O kawawa naman siya. Ikaw na lang yung pinakain niya, ganun. Gets ba? Gets ba yung logic na yun? Kasi again, I'm all for I'm all for bonuses, I'm all for commissions, but you have to think, guys, ito yun, you have to think like a business owner. Paano ba tumatakbo yung business? Hindi porket revenue yan. Syempre may expense. Di ba, may expense. Hindi naman pwedeng kunin mo lahat ng like, tapos magtatampo ka pa, 5% na nga lang, ayaw pa niya. Eh, yung 5% na yun, malay mo na yung buong profit niya. Kinuha mo pa. Di ba? Pwede pa sabihin mo, 5% of the total profit. Pwede pa. Di ba? Pero kung gusto mong 5% of gross revenue, good luck. Good luck. Alright. Okay? So next. Yan. So the pros of doing this, yung fixed fee plus commission, again, income isn't tied to time. Pangalawa, sa totoo lang, kapag ito yung the way you do business, it incentivizes you to do great work. Okay? It incentivizes you to do great work. Kasi nga naman, the better work you do, the greater work you do, the more income you get. Di ba? Tapos syempre, clients are always happy to pay for results. Lalo na if they have skin in the game. For example, alam nilang invested ka rin dun sa business. So, tuwan-tuwa sila dun. Another thing is, it's highly profitable if the results are favorable. Pag hindi, lugi ka. Yun lang yun. Okay? Next. Ang cons naman dito, it can be harder for some clients to understand kasi it's not every day that they see a freelancer asking for commissions. Okay? It's not every day that they see a freelancer asking for bonuses. So it's not easy to sell, especially kapag mataas yung fixed fee mo. Okay? So what I usually do, especially back then, ginagawa ko, option 1, $5,000, walang commissions. Tapos yung option 2 ko, $1,000 plus 10% commission or 20%. Ang maganda nun, akala ng client mas makakamura siya sa option 2. And in fact, alam ko na kapag maganda yung ginawa ko dito, mas malaki pa sa $5,000 mo kukuha ko. Was that, narinig niyo ba yun yung sinabi ko? Like, so option 1, pwedeng $5,000 fixed price. Tapos yung pangalawa, fixed fee na 1,000 plus 10%. So kumbaga, I'm giving the client option na mag-buy ka ng malaki upfront or mas malaki later. Yan sabi ni Arlene, what if hindi open si client na sabihin kung magkano ang revenue? Okay. Arlene, there are a lot of ways to basically discover kung ilan yung revenue ni client kahit hindi nila sabihin sa'yo. Okay. Maraming ways, actually. Like sa tanongin mo pala, magkano ni-spend nyo sa ads? Okay. Usually, businesses would spend 20 to 30% or even 40% ng revenue nila for ads. Diba? Like, as a business person, kaya mo na i-calculate yun eh. Diba? Tapos tanungin mo sila. Kahit di na sabihin yung revenue, tanungin mo, okay, so, technically, how much profit, would you like to see dito sa natin, sa campaign natin? We'd love to see ganito. Okay. So, what's the cost of, for every good na well, actually, sinabi ko lang for every good kasi di ko alam yung product. But, like, what's the cost for every curtain na bebenta natin? Ganito. Ngayon, from there, di ba, ikaw na mag-calculate. Okay, so ito yung cost nila, ito yung budget namin for ads. Malamang ganito lang yung revenue nila. Yan. Now, another cons. Clients may get impatient with the results. So ito naman kasi, the reason why I said that is sometimes kapag binabayaran ka na ng fixed fee, tapos, di ba, medyo pinaasa mo sila ng konti eh. Sinabi mo kasi na, ito na lang isipin mo. If I told you na I'm gonna get 20% of the revenue ng launch, medyo mag-expect ka sa akin na, di ba? Medyo mag-expect ka sa akin na, baka medyo magaling to. Di ba? Medyo magaling to. Nag-expect siya ng 20%. 1,000 lang sinigil niya sa akin, tapos 10% ng launch. Feeling ko, marami kami kikitain sa launch. So, there might be clients that may get impatient, lalo na pag hindi mo pa nakuha yung result. Okay? Yun lang yun. But it's not really a huge problem talaga that you need to take note of. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on. Ayan. Next. Next is on-demand pricing. Okay. On-demand pricing is basically special pricing for on-demand or emergency tasks. Ayan. So, example. I have this friend. Okay. Kwento ko lang. I have this friend, ang pangalan niya si Norio De Souza. Ang tawag namin sa kanya si Norio the Tech Assassin. Yun. Kaya namin siya tinawag na tech assassin kasi every time may problem sa launch ng mga gurus dati, siya yung hinahanap. Any tech problems, like for example, sira yung checkout or hindi hindi gumagana tong ganito, tapos yung event ongoing, ganun. Siya yung tech assassin na tinatawag namin. And binabayaran siya, kay guys get this, binabayaran siya anywhere from $300 to $600 per hour just to solve that particular problem. Ganun siya. Kaya ang tawag namin sa kanya tech assassin. Kasi magtatrabaho lang yan 4 na oras, boom, wala na, solve na. Yung per month niya, ano na. Ganun siya. Parang ano siya parang lifesaver siya in a way. Kaya mataas yung presyo niya. Lifesaver siya. Okay, so may ganun siyang option sa ano niya, sa service niya. Yung pagkaka-option talaga niya, kaya namin siya tinawag na tech assassin kasi yun din talaga yung sinabi niya. Tech assassin prices, ganun pricing siya ng ganun. Yan. So pwede mo rin gawin yan for your clients. Okay, pwede mong gawin for clients. For example, ito, $350 per hour for any tech problems. 1,000 half-day launch diagnosis. Halimbawa, ito, nakuha ko to kay fudge. Hindi ko alam kung kay Lucas ko ba ito nakuha or kay Taylor Welch. But we were talking one day and then sinasabi niya na may mga launches na kalagitnaan parang holy fudge, the launch isn't going well. Ganon. So, since it's not going well, ang ginawa nila, tawag dito, nag-offer sila ng services na while at the middle of the launch or nag-start yung launch and you feel that it's not going well, you can contact me, bayaran mo ako $1,000, half day, i-diagnose lang natin kung ano yung pwede mong gawin, pwede mong gawing pivot, like, alam mo yun, magbibigay lang ako ng advice para yung launch na pinag-investan mo ng 3-6 months, hindi siya mabokya. Yan. And si Ian na si Ron, Taylor Welch idol kaya ang Traffic and Palace. Bro, may papakita ako sa yung message sa akin, hindi ka maniniwala. Next, ito, on demand, 30% priority lane pricing. Hindi ko alam kung kanino ko nakuha to, but it's more about, halimbawa puno ka ng client ngayon. Tapos, may client na gustong sumingit. Like, pwede bang handle mo kami? Sa mong puno. Tapos, may gusto pang sumali. Bigyan mo na extra 30 to 50%, pwede pa nga 200%. Kumbaga, yun yung priority lane pricing mo. Is that clear? Clear ba? Like, again, yung mga mong problema, di ba? Yung iba, like, puno na ako ng client. Bigyan mo ng priority lane pricing. Yung dating 2,000 mo, gawin mo 3,000. Ganun. Sabi mo sa kanya, standard rate is ganito, but since uunahin kita, there's gonna be an extra charge of $1,000. Okay lang ba yun? Sabi ni Sai, dapat expert ka. Hindi actually. Hindi naman. There are some clients na kailangan lang talaga, halimbawa, marunong ka lang gumawa ng website. Tapos kailangan lang talaga ng client ng website during that time. You don't have to be to be an expert. Kailangan mo lang na alam mo yung ginagawa mo. Yeah. Sabi ni Joshua, Moose Gear, ganyan yung ginawa ko. Yeah. And you don't have to be an expert to have priority lane pricing. Yeah. Okay. Next. Ay, di pala. Yung pros pala niyan. So ito siya. Ang pros niya, you're essentially selling security and peace of mind. So, ito huwag nyo nga abusuhin to But since that's what you're selling, you can literally charge as much as you want. Kasi that's priceless. Security, peace of mind, that's priceless. Alam mo yun, yung anxiousness, tatanggalin mo in a snap. So, yun nga lang, huwag nyo lang i-take advantage na, alam mo yun, yung iba kasi tinitake advantage, sobrang taas magpresyo porket nangailangan yung tao. But yeah, you can technically heighten yung price mo kasi kailangan talaga nila. Now again, another pro, influx of cash when you need it. And then clients respect your time. Ang kagandahan nito, guys, ito yun Ang kagandahan nito when you have an on-demand service is clients will respect your time. Yan yung parang side effect niya. Actually, yan ang side effect niya. Kasi nga, isipin mo na lang, binabayaran ka nga ng ganito for emergency. May hiya silang mag-request na pwede mo bang gawin ng libre? Yan. Tapos, another thing is it's a great anchor for your highest paid service. So kung binabayaran ka, kasi ito yun eh, kung binabayaran ka ng ganito for this X amount of time, tataas ngayon yung pwede mong i-charge dun sa pinaka-service mo. Kasi nakukumpara na ng client, okay, kung binayaran ko siya ng 2 oras, 600, tingin ko 5,000 yung charge niya. Pag naningil ka ng 2,000, 3,000, parang, mas mura lang pala. Di ba? So yun, it's an anchor for your highest paid service. Now, ang cons naman is this. Clients, ito lang talaga yung nag-iisang cons nito. Clients may overstep their boundaries. Kasi feeling nila, yung iba, baka feeling nila, kapag binayaran ka, obligated ka na. Kasi sabihin sa'yo, bayad ka naman eh. But there are things that money can't buy. Diba? Like peace of mind. So, yeah. So yun lang, ingat lang dito. Like, kumbaga, kailangan, kung gagawin mo to for clients, kailangan may boundary pa rin. Bawal yung emergency ng 11 p.m. ng gabi, tulog na ako nun. Yun. Are you guys having fun? Having fun talaga, you know? Now, it's again, this is good for any services that require emergency or on-demand assistance. Okay? Yun na lang yun. Sabi ni Len, examples of boundary violations. Hindi, yun nga. Like, magsisend, ito, Len, example, magsisend sa account mo ng pera, tapos sabihin na lang sa'yo, by the way, John sent X amount of dollars, could you help me with this? Yun, di ba? That's overstepping the boundary. So, would be best kung as soon as kayo, sabihin mo na kagad na hindi ako available ng ganito, pag weekends, bawal talaga, di ba? Talk to me muna before you send money kasi ayoko nang babayaran mo kasi soli ko rin lang naman. Yan. Sabi ni Mark, paano ang rebat ng chief? Ayun nga, yung sinabi ko kay Len. Okay? Sabi ni Jean, manghingi ng service na hindi mo na scope. So, let's move on. So, ito yung cost pricing. Akala nyo dami ng pricing, no? Okay, by the way, this pricing model that I'm teaching you right now are things that I've seen and experienced. Some of them, yan, iba na nakita ko. So cost plus pricing, ito lang siya. Okay? Fees are a certain percentage of the cost ng client. Okay? For example, here's a good example of this. Yan. So this is from my friend Nikolai. Si Nikolai, Facebook ads expert siya. Si Nikolai, Facebook ads expert. Ngayon, kung mapapansin nyo, okay, 5,000 to 30,000 na ad spend. Okay, ad spend, ang singil niya, 2,500. Ngayon, anything over $30,000 na ad spend, 7% nun, bayad sa kanya. So, for example, if sumobra ng example niya dito, kung 50,000 na yung ad spend mo, invest na 2,500, 3,900 na yung matatanggap niya. Kasi may 7% na siya. Cost pricing. Okay? Cost pricing. Now, bakit ganito? Bakit ganito yung charge niya? Kasi ang sabi niya sa akin, once the client is spending mga ganito, mga $30,000, $50,000, sobrang dami ng ad campaigns to na minamanage mo. And hindi na fair na konti lang dati, nung gumaling ka na, binibigyan mo sila ng result, hindi naman dumadagdag yung sahod mo. Di ba? Kumbaga, the more, kasi hindi ka naman mag-spend ng 50,000 kung hindi okay yung mga ads natin eh. Di ba? Hindi ka naman mag-spend ng 50,000 kung bano yung ads eh. So, sabihin, maganda yung ads, it's performing as good as advertised. So, if it's performing talaga, dapat may rin ako, di ba? Like, dapat hindi lang nakastay sa 2,500. Kung madaming spend natin, nabibiyayaan din ako. Di ba? Kasi marami yung campaigns na natin. Kumbaga, dumadami trabaho ko tapos parang pinaparusahan mo pa ako sa pagiging magaling. Di ba? So, dahil doon, may cost pricing. Yan. So again, cost pricing ang tawag doon guys ha. Yan. Here's another one, offline naman to. So ito naman, sa ano to, sa uh, tawag dito, if I'm not mistaken, sa ano to, sa, ano yung gumagawa ng mga garden? Landscaping, yan. So kumbaga, 10% nung cost is yung profit nung ano, nung contractor. Yan. So same thing. Okay? Same thing, ano siya, same thing, ano siya, cost pricing siya. Okay? So, madali lang naman siyang malaman cost pricing kasi binabase mo yung charge mo based on the cost. Yun lang yun. So, yan. So, pros niya, pricing is straightforward kasi walang tanong dun eh. Bakit yan yung pricing mo? Ito yung cost eh. Madali, di ba? Another thing is ensures you are compensated for the work that you do regardless of the size. So tulad sa ads example kanina, you are compensated for the work you do. Mas dumami rin yung natanggap mo. And number 3, it's best for huge clients. Okay. Yan. Sabi ni Liz, medyo di ko po nag-get yung sa landscaping, paanong cost po like 10% ng total cost na ibabayad sa atin? Yes. Kadalasan, guys, hindi ko alam kung alam nyo to, pero sa mga architect ganun, di ba? Kung ilan yung total cost ng materials na gagamitin para dun sa interior design and or sa bahay, kadalasan yun yung percentage nun yung tinatanggap. Yun yung kalakaran kadalasan sa kanila. Yun. Yan, 10% sa RK. Yan. Next. Yung cons naman ito, cons niya, it's not very applicable to small projects. So kung ang mga clients mo, medyo puncho-puncho lang, like, it's kind of hard to do this. Okay? Pangalawa, yung ano mo is dependent on the cost. So the only way you're gonna get more money is if kapag maraming gastos. Yun lang yun. Yun din yung problema dyan. So this is good for yun nga, mga architects, ganun, landscaping, ano pa ba? Yung ganun, ads, di ba, na nag-increase yung responsibility mo and all that. Yeah. So next. So for bundled pricing, sagutin ko muna tong tanong ni Alex. Why would the client cost increase? Alex, yung example natin kanina, di ba? Nagra-run ng Facebook ads. So, kung okay yung Facebook ads, magra-run pa siya ng magra-run nun. So, dadami yung cost. Gets ba? Does that answer your question, man? Kasi okay yung ads eh. Bawa, nag-invest ka ng 1,000 sa ads. Okay siya. Di ba magdadagdag ka ng another 1,000? Yan.